Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Board No Game video. Today's video is dedicated to addressing the clan battle hacker issue that's been rolling around, Crunchyroll's communication as of late, and the future of clan battle fights. Let's go ahead and jump into the interwebs and show you something. So here on February 5th, 2021, 11 a.m. PST, a week ago, they actually addressed the clan battle hacker issue. So if any players are caught cheating in clan battle, these players will be banned and their scores will be wiped. Due to the extra attention required to ensure that clan rankings are not spoiled by cheating, it may take us additional time before we can distribute the clan battle rewards. We ask for your patience and understanding in this matter. So just note that they are definitely fully aware of the clan battle, hacking issue before it even occurred. And granted, some of y'all are probably like, why didn't they catch it earlier? I think this is why clan battle is known as clan battle beta. They pretty much already put it in the notice. And I know you guys see like the Hatsune event and everything. We'll talk about that, but not on this video. All right. So clan battle beta, I'm pretty sure this is in some case to draw out the hackers, make sure that they are pretty much, appearing so that they can ban them in another ban wave. And they're continuing to do this as more and more like pretty much pop up. And some of you are probably wondering, how are these hackers, getting away with this? Pretty much has to do with the fact that the app is old and most of the assets are client sides. What I'm trying to say is that clan battle hackers, they are definitely going to be addressed. Don't worry, they got this. Of course, feel free to report them, jot down their player IDs, feel free to create a Google spreadsheet like always, let them know, because, Tamias, he was able to let Crunchyroll know. Tamias is pretty busy doing like clan battle stuff. If you didn't know, he's actually #1 in like the clan battle rankings in the guild known as Scarlet. All right, so a couple of things with the Hatsune event, and we're covering it more in the future. Note here, February 12th, 2021, 9 a.m. This was posted today, all right? And the only reason why I'm not covering it right now is because this is a heavy topic and I want to go over, more things about it later on. But all I have to say is Crunchyroll's communication has been superb. They are on it on Twitter, on Facebook, everything. They're sending emails. They are really on top of things. I was actually going to create a post, saying that data mines happen. Tony pretty much gave me this information that Hatsune is happening, rank increases and all this stuff. But I didn't have to do it because they actually communicated it. So, thank you to Tony for providing those data mines as always. I always appreciate it. But looking forward, it's a good thing that Crunchyroll is staying on top of communication this time instead of me having to put out the information. All right, let's go ahead and cover other things and talk about the overflow mechanic. All right, so if a player lands the final hit on a monster and has time remaining, the time will be carried over and the player must use the same party on any of the falling monsters. So let's go over here. Thank you to Kane for providing this guilty of mine. And pretty much the way it works is you can see they have 4 attempts. The bottom most damage is the first attempt they pretty much had, second attempt, and then this is the third attempt in third and fourth, right, broken down. So what happened was they killed the bear and then they flowed into the next boss with the exact same team. So if you're wondering, is it efficient for your stronger players to, kill the boss? No, because what happens is the longer you are in a fight, the more time you have to buff up. And the more time you have to buff up, the more damage that you can deal. So ideally, you have like the medium players take down the boss or the lower end players take down the boss. So you can have more time for your buffs to pretty much remain within your team. And you can have more time to deal damage, right? So biggest suggestion is just have your weaker players take down the boss. If anything, your stronger players can do it. It'll just be a little bit detrimental to the future runs, right? So let's go ahead and talk about other things and go over like the boss schedule for clan battle. So what happened was one of the users, they posted a guide on all like the different bosses that were appearing. I think the link, it was taken down or something happened to it. I'm not sure. So I just wanted to put this information out there. This is sort of like a horoscope sort of schedule. So this is the release of like different characters or different bosses over JP. So we are supposed to get the sheep boss, and next is going to be the minotaur, and then the twin pigs, so on and so forth, right? And this is all horoscope. So if you're wondering, what are the different skills that the minotaur has, it'll have like a full breakdown, all the different stages, recommended characters. We don't have these characters, so don't really worry about it. And then you can also check out the bosses that will be appearing next clan boss battle, right? So feel free to check this information out. It's going to be fairly useful for anyone who wants to participate and get in there. All right, let's go ahead and cover today's clan boss battles. All right, it was pretty tragic today, probably my lowest day, and I don't want to talk about it, but we should still cover it. That way you guys can learn from my mistakes, right? So one of the things I did was I had Kaori sitting in the front, and she was supposed to face tank until Kokoro could get in the front, right? Now this team is very high risk, high reward, because RNG is a huge factor when you're running these bosses and you can't quit out. So you're like, all right, your Kaori looks great, or the Kaori that you're borrowing, everything looks fine. But the thing is I got really terrible RNG. It's a 50-50 chance when you run a Kaori who's at pretty much 3-star. I feel like she should be at 4-star or 5-star right now if you want more consistent runs. So here, my heart pretty much breaks, and you can see that Kaori dies. And it's one of the most worst things that could ever happen to your waifu. And for damage purposes, I could have gotten 500 to 600k damage. Note here that, you know, a more consistent run can deal right around 450. So in some ways that's good, or 500-ish in a good day, right? But I didn't want that. I wanted more. I wanted more than just 500k. I wanted 550 to 600. So my greed got the better of me, and Kaori died. So I still try to scalp the run. You know, I'm still timing my UBs and everything. By the way, the first set of UBs should be cast around the 50-second mark, and the next set should be cast around the 20-second mark. You can see right here. And, you know, you can also time it to when Kokoro does her speed boost. Of course, the timing will be a little off. 19 seconds is the optimal time, or around 18 seconds, because that's when she's done casting her speed boost. I technically canceled my speed boost there, which is pretty tragic. But I'm already distraught with the fact that, you know, everyone died or Kaori died. And it doesn't really matter in some case, because it's more important to do, you know, Union Burst to just get the damage off. You can see here at the very end, Makoto's gonna die, and it's just terrible, 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 terrible. I hope this never happens to you, but I just wanted to showcase, because, you know, everyone has those times where it's and some of you might be like, yo, you still did incredible damage, and I'll just be like, well, it could have been better. But, you know, I'm one of those people who's sort of a perfectionist in some ways, right? All right, let's go ahead and cover this next run. So with this next run, I was like, all right, I need to recover from this. I need to build this team. And I was like, should I use Monica or should I use Mimi? And through my runs, I found that Mimi's damage was just much better. Her buffs were just much better. Monica will shine during the Twin Pigs, where we have to hit more bosses at once, but Mimi's damage here and her buffs was just better. It was amazing to see, because Mimi's not a character that you talk about very often, but she's definitely one of the ones, I have to say, who is a sleeper hit. She did amazingly, and I was like, man, this is surprising. Of course, not everyone can build these characters, right? But one of the things I have to say is that if you are someone who doesn't have you know, a Monica or a fantastic character, you know, that can deal, you know, AoE damage, Mimi's a good alternative. While she doesn't provide speed buffs and her capabilities are different, she still works sufficiently enough, because I feel like a lot of people get Mimi. So don't sleep on her whatsoever. I pretty much full auto this run because I am heartbroken from my previous one, and I made sure this team was really good before I did anything else. I ran this for hours and hours and hours, and you know, it's just one of those things where team perfection, getting the auto right, is much better than, you know, trying to manual and getting the timings right? So here you can see the damage is pretty solid, 462. I like it a lot. And Mimi, definitely don't sleep on her. And well, score rates increase over time. All right, I just want to cover that really quick. So next thing, you will see here something very, very different. You know, I had a little bit more time, so I can experiment a little bit more. And Ray is surprisingly phenomenal for this. I thought that, you know, she wasn't a good unit until she got 6-star. I take that back. She is actually pretty good for clan battle. A lot of the units that aren't talked about can be somewhat useful for clan battle in these certain situations, right? By that I mean, this plant boss is very good at hitting the frontal section. So since he is good at hitting the frontal section, it's more advantageous to use someone like Ray. Now, Ray won't shine if the boss is mostly hitting the back section. It's better to use someone like Suzuna or Shori, right? But I tried using, who was it? Monica or a different DPS, it just wasn't working out. Ray was the one that worked out best. Oh, I tried using Tamaki. Tamaki did not hit as hard as Ray for me because Tamaki takes out the SP gauge. Obviously, your results will vary because boss to boss, everything will vary, right? And of course, I don't deal phenomenal damage, but it's sufficient damage considering what the units I have left, because it's a bunch of 2 stars, and while Nozomi is 5-star, it doesn't really contribute to my damage because all she did was buff, right? So at the end of the day, try to work with what you have, because Mimi and Ray, they were sleeper hits for me. Like, I have a bunch of characters raised, and I know not everyone can, you know, raise a bunch of characters, but the biggest thing is raise with what you have, and you should be able to work with it. Make a full R7 team before you work on other characters, of course. And I understand if folks, you know, you want to join a different clan in the future. We'll talk more, see if I want to set up like casual clans, or if you want to be part of the Discord and we can sort of help you out and set you up. Let me know if you guys are interested in that, because I'm more than happy to help the Princess Connect community. We'll cover the Hatsune, rank 7, rank 8 stuff. Alright, if you made it this far into this video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter for more of this information. I'm definitely on Twitter, like dropping comments on like all the different posts, and you get to sort of see like my interest on Twitter. So if you're about that life, getting to know me a little bit better, you know, feel free to go on Twitter, and also feel free to join the Discord, because there's always awesome information, funny memes and everything. And I also found like the Princess Connect OST, so feel free to check that out as well. The OST for Princess Connect is absolute fire. Anyways, this video is long enough. Thank you so much for watching. Once we hit 15K subs, we're doing a giveaway. See ya.